What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to give you 5 questions that I asked myself that has frankly transformed my business. It's something that I did when I first started my lawn care company, and the reason that I'm bringing this up is because I have recently done a lot of cleaning in our home. You guys know we recently built a home a couple years back, and we're just trying to organize in this down season. I pulled out an old computer of mine. It was the computer that I did a lot of the work getting Florida Turf Pros up and running on. It was an old Lenovo, it was like a desktop situation, but it was an absolute gold mine. And I just started going through some of the files and the documents and just all the things, and it was nostalgic. But I opened up this one document, and I did it in 2017, and it was a list of questions that I asked myself about the business, and it was so simple. But I looked at this and I'm like, if I were to attribute any one thing to our success, it would probably be me every winter answering these questions. I'm going to share them with you in this video because if you will just take the time during the winter to sit down and map out a plan for the coming year in 2026, and more importantly, if you will answer these questions, there's no way you can not have a successful 2026. Okay, so here are the questions. All right, the very first question is, where are we at? Okay, where are we at? And this could be a client revenue, a client count number. This could be a total revenue number for the business. This could be a profit margin percentage. This could be trucks, trailers, cruisers, whatever. But by starting and leading with that question, it forces you to take a good hard look and write down exactly where you are in your business. And unless you have that starting point, that where are we at, none of these other questions matter, okay? Because there is no path. If there's no starting point, there is no journey to take, okay? And I know this sounds simplistic, but I would encourage you, get out a piece of paper, and don't do this on a computer. Don't do it on a computer. Don't do it on your iPad. Don't do it in your notes section on your phone. Get out a piece of paper, okay? And pen, and write down, where are we at, okay? Write it out. The second question that came up in this document, and guys, this is so good. It's, where do we want to go? Okay. Okay. So now we have, where are we at? We have our start point. We have a, where do we want to go? What needs to happen next year? What do we want to do? Do we want to go from $200,000 a year to $400,000 a year? Do we want to go from $100,000 a year to $200,000? Do we want to go from one employee to adding an employee? Do we want to go from solo to finally adding a helper? Okay, where do we want to go? Okay, sit there and actually think about that and write down, what do you want for your business in 2026? Now, by answering these 2 questions, you have 2 things. You have a start point. What do you have? Now you have an end point. Okay, where are we at? Where do we want to go? Okay, all this other stuff is about to fill itself in. I promise, this sounds like it's super simple, but if you write this stuff down, you're going to have a GM up 2026. Okay, so where are we at? Where do we want to go? What do we need to get there? Okay, all right, this is important. This is where we start making tactical changes in our strategy. So if we are at $100,000 a year and we want to go to $200,000 a year, and you're a small lawn care operation, what does it take to get there? Okay, what does it take? Do we need another truck? Do we need another trailer? Do we need another human resource, another employee that we got to add? If you will answer that question, what do we need to get there? Then your brain is going to subconsciously start going to work. What do we need to actually make this happen? All right. This is where you actually start putting strategies in place to make that thing happen, okay? So where are we at? Where do we want to go? What do we need to get there, all right? Next question. When should we be there, okay? So many times at the beginning of January, we sit down and everybody will write out these arbitrary goals. I want to, lose 30 pounds. I want to double the size of my business, all right? What is the actual cutoff date? And guys, if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this video is I want you to have a hard cutoff date on this question, okay? When should we be there, okay? This puts a definitive deadline. I mean, you're stamping this thing ironclad, boom, this is when this is going to happen, okay? And if I miss this deadline, I missed it, all right? What that does is that creates a sense of urgency for you to act all throughout the year, okay? So where are we at? Where do we want to go? What do we need to get there? When should we be there? And this is the most important question of them all. As a final question, this is a good one. Why are we going there? If you do not have a really, really strong answer for that question, you need to stop and you need to rethink everything you're doing. Because unless you have a very strong reason on why you want, these five questions, guys. The last one is, why do we want to go there? It cannot be, I just want to make some more money. Why? Why do you want to make more money? Do you want to put your kids through college? Do you want to pay off your home early? Do you want to save up for this elaborate, lavish vacation that's just, it's a gaudy vacation? There's no right answer to this. But I promise, if you will give yourself a definitive why, answer that question, all these other four questions, they fall into place. These other four things that we were doing, they become very easy. But if you have an arbitrary why and it's not a strong why, these other things, they're just going to seem insurmountable. So I go back to my document that I pulled up. I started doing that in 2017 because I knew that I was a person that had to write down goals to make things happen. And I dang near got emotional looking at the document yesterday because every goal that I set came to pass. And it's not because I'm a harder worker than other people. It's not because I'm smarter. It's because I did a basic thing. I took a basic framework of where are we at? Where do we want to go? Okay. What do we need to get there? Okay. When should we be there and why do we get there? It's because I just took that simple framework and I answered those questions. And everything fell into place because I could answer those five questions. As I've been cleaning up my office space this winter season and getting ready for Christmas and all the things with family, decluttering, I came across that document and I said, this is so good. A lot of the success that we have had at our company is attributed to those five questions. I challenge you, answer those five questions. If you can answer those five questions, with the most important being why are we going there? Why are we trying to do this? If you have a definitive answer on those five, and specifically number 5, I promise 2026 will be your best lawn care season yet. I promise. You guys be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.